Hi, everybody. Mike with the Classic Landscape Company. Just jumping on here. Normally, I don't do videos, but today, with a lot of the talk being tariffs, and I'm here in the office trying to do a little bit of price updates and get some of this product updated on the website here as well. Thought it was a good time to kind of walk through some of these just pure categories. Um, I'm just rolling down. I'll kind of just go straight through all of the categories here as I see them on our website. As I mentioned, we're working on that now, updating things and getting things reorganized again here for spring. So uh, we're actually doing pretty good with it comes to tariffs right now. 90% of what we bring in, probably 95, 98% of what product we carry is local. So we do have a few hardscape items that aren't, but for the most part, perennials, shrubs, evergreens. So our nursery stock items, that's a Canadian product. They are all grown in Manitoba, in Portage la Prairie, actually. And we do carry a few items that we'll bring from BC. So Canadian, generally not an issue there. So West Coast seeds. So a lot of our purchasing is actually done in late fall, kind of early winter, and a few things now. We'll finalize some of those orders now, but like things like West Coast seeds. That's that we brought in long ago, so it's not really causing much of an issue there. Your soil, sand, aggregates, and mulch. This one, again, Canadian, local, not really an issue. Some of the mulches would be coming out of BC. Specialty rocks are usually coming from kind of Alberta, Ontario, so Canadian. So we really don't have much issue there for us. Irrigation, that's the one that's going to be dicey. Irrigation is a tough one. There's product that's manufactured in Mexico, Puerto Rico, in the United States. Now, from what I kind of understand, is if the product is already here and in a distribution hub, and we can pull it, then we're kind of going to skip through those tariffs. We're a little lucky though. Again, we did a restock late fall, early spring, or early winter on a good chunk of our irrigation. So the question will be what the tariffs will actually do. When that restock kind of comes into play, July, August, September, we might be kind of in that window. We'll do some restocking, but we'll just kind of see what happens. But right now, we have the stock. It was tariff free. It's looking pretty good, or at least okay for now. Our annuals and veggies, big one. This one's a local company. Local's kind of a thing for us. We do a lot of local work with a lot of local distributors and product and growers. So our annuals and veggies are local, very local, from a guy just outside of Quipel. Beautiful stock. So as you know, when you come in to see us, there's the stock, it's gorgeous, so no issue there. Artificial turf, again, Canadian company. We're a Reimar dealer. They're out of Calgary. There's no issue as far as that product right now. Prices are stable. We are running a turf pre-buy this spring as well, holding that price from last year to this year. The turf, we're not going to see a big jump in numbers in artificial turf as it is, but if you want to save a little bit, order some turf now, kind of thing, and then as soon as the ground's warm enough, we'll get that to you and get installing, or do it yourself, whatever you prefer. Snow and ice, I'm not even going to touch on it because I don't even want to see any more snow, and I don't want to see any more ice. So we'll worry about that one next year or next winter, hopefully. We still are stocked pretty good with ice melt and that sort of thing. So boulders and natural stones, so any flagstones. Our flagstone stuff, our stock is a little low, but we do have a good selection. Again, we brought in quite a bit late fall last year, so we have a good stock of boulders, all local product, coming out of gravel pits and quarries here nearby, or as far as like Canmore, a little bit of out of Ontario. So Canadian, tariff free. Good thing I saw this now. We've got a tree tab here, and our top graft tab. These should be up with our other plants. No issue. Canadian made. Bird seed and bird feeders. Big thing there. The same bird seed that you would find at PV Mart, for example, from Chirper Feeds. Uh, Canadian company. The seed is actually done just outside of Saskatoon. So we've got a good stock on that. We brought lots in the fall, kind of anticipating through the early part of spring, and some people that are doing those feeders through the winter. Bird feeders, again, we restocked again. So we've got lots in stock. Both of these shouldn't be a factor moving forward. So edging fabric and more. So your hardscape kind of items, some of those necessity pieces here like nails, drain line, edging. A lot of this, again, we kind of stocked in that late fall, early winter part. So we're fully stocked and kind of tariff free on those items. I don't know if we're going to see much. I got a lot to kind of go through to see if we're going to see some changes here when it comes to, edging. Landscape fabric's another one. Again, we kind of restocked in there. Fabric, I have a funny feeling fabric's going to be affected the most. But again, I'll kind of dig into that more and cross our fingers. But for right now, we are in good shape with stock for those guys there. I don't think there's any other hardscape item that's really going to be affected. We've got a few new snap edges for brick retainers and polymeric sand, weeping tile. These guys might be affected. We'll kind of see what happens. But right now, especially with the Gator Edge, this is a new product for us. That is really good price, really good product. So let's cross our fingers we don't have a change in that. These guys haven't arrived yet. So that one might be affected. So other question we've been getting a lot is on construction. Is the tariffs going to be affecting some of our construction costs or install costs, really. So as you can tell from the other material, obviously we're taking product from the supply yard when we're building as well. So a lot of that isn't affected. Some of the items here, like we do a lot of paving stone, and we're just updating some of these catalogs here as well. You can see on this left-hand side, Barkman, Belgard, and Teco. These three are probably our top install paving stones, retaining wall block, that kind of thing. All of them are Canadian. Barkman is out of Steinbeck, Manitoba. Belgard, I believe, has a new factory in Alberta, if I'm not mistaken, and then Teco is out of Quebec. So again, Canadian product. So really, we shouldn't see any change there. But even, running through a lot of the install kind of side of things, sod, lighting, we might see some changes. Brick for mower's edge, not an issue. Patios, water features, that too, some of that product might be affected. We'll kind of get into more of that. Trees and shrubs, plants, flower beds, all of that, we're pretty safe. Just kind of your standard upped increases that we see almost year after year on product, and unfortunately we are looking at a little bit of a labor increase this year, obviously with the higher inflation and the cost of living a little bit higher. We have to pay our guys a little more. So Cole and Ethan and Ryan, those guys do great work for us, and we need to compensate them. If they can't make ends meet, they're not going to work for us, right? And they're a big part of what we do, and I kind of have to pay them a wage that works. So a little bit of increase there, just mainly on wages. Some of the other overheads really haven't changed too much for us. Fuel is fairly stable, things like that. So, I'd love to say, these things don't affect the overall price, but they do. When fuel goes up, obviously it costs us more to run, and we have to charge for that. So, other items, we're just updating things now. Landscape design, no big changes there. Christy is still designing kind of the way she has for years, with those 3 different packages or 4 different packages. I've kind of lost track. Excuse me. But she's doing her thing. There'll be a little bit of price increase probably on some of those packages. Again, some of the software she's using is increased, and just general overhead, but nothing too crazy. Great time design wise is we do have the 15% off sale, kind of that pre-spring sales price for anybody looking to do a design. Now's the time to definitely call, email, book a time in, and as soon as as long as you don't have 14 feet of snow in the yard, or we can work from paper, from a plot plan or something along those lines. Christy's crunching out designs here like crazy right now, so never a bad time to give us a call on that. So get on our list. But that's about all I have right now. As I continue with updates, I think I might do a few more videos here, just to kind of show off. We spent the last 5 years working on this website, trying to get as much information on there as possible. So that's all I've got. Have a great day, and thanks for listening.